Last night, and
yes, he
got him 22 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. He can give you those all-around numbers. He's not going to give you 22 every night, but he can give you rebounds and assists.
Shawn Kemp burying his first baseline jump shot of the night. So Shawn, speaking of big,
every other loss has been to a good ball club.
Well, sure. Cavaliers very solid at the offensive end after they started 1 for 7. That lock and lob found Shawn Kemp. Nice entry look from Cedric Henderson. With 6 now. He went to the hoop one time the other evening, threw the ball off the glass so he could catch and get in better rhythm. Shawn Kemp with that big defensive rebound off the Mitch Richmond miss. Brevin Knight going to get the Cavaliers to the other end quickly. Kemp wheeling through the paint. Shawn Kemp to finish off the square. Now Shawn with the flair for the dramatic, of course, with that wheel and then off the hip, Matt, off the square and down.
This stoppage of play for Billy Owens, who has blood on his elbow. This is vintage Shawn Kemp in Seattle. They know he loves that move where he's going to take it one dribble to the right and always spin back to that left side and then kind of just hangs in the air a little bit. And that's why a lot of times against a bigger team he will get that shot blocked because he's shooting the ball really on the way down.
Cavaliers now showing full court pressure right now. 6'9" Mark Hendrickson checks in the game for the Sac Kings. Anthony Johnson and Brevin Knight, a pair of rookie lead guards matched up this evening. Johnson, College of Charleston, a man known as the Big Nasty from his Arkansas days. Shawn Kemp just stripped Corliss Williamson clean. Michigan and San Jose State. He only got 9 last night. Shawn Kemp just going to work and overpowering a trio of Kings, most specifically young Mark Henderson. Anderson baseline. Vitaly Potapico had it slip right through his hands. V just checked in. Corliss Williamson on the run out, not able to put it in the hole. Shawn Kemp will pick, 4th-year pro out of Providence, flipped it in the hole. Kemp and Henry James. Spotted up is Danny Ferry, and he will stick the triple. Olden Polynice has 6 on 3 quick field goals off Eddie Jordan's bench. With power, Shawn Kemp. Kemp one more time to crush it in traffic. Well, the Kings are looking around at Tim Donahue and saying they want to travel. They want an offensive foul, and Donahue said play on.
Yeah, bodies were flying. That's the Rain Man from Seattle. That's the kind of explosion that you expect from Shawn Kemp inside, just rising up through everybody and powering the ball through the hole.
Cedric Henderson got hit with his first personal foul.
That was just very quick on the part of Shawn. Even though he brought the ball down the first time, able to get it back and just outwork everybody in and around the basket. And Brevin Knight didn't even look at him. I'm sure Shawn will let him know when Shawn Kemp wants the ball down low, you got to punch it in the way he's playing right now.
Kemp drop stepping by Polynice looks so easy. Shawn showed it. Matt gets through the paint and all the way to the hoop. Point advantage here early in the 3rd. Cavaliers will stay home and look at Philadelphia. Shawn Kemp attacking the rim. He got contact, still had enough strength to power it up and down.
And maybe it's some of that experience that he had playing professionally in Europe when he was 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Shawn Kemp in tight. Kemp will catch and then power it up and down off the square. Shawn's got 22 on the night. Indications in the Ohio Lottery joined efforts to provide the arena experience to the kids who might otherwise not been able to attend tonight's game. They're from the Rocky River Public Schools, those kids you just saw, so they'll have fun, enjoy the game. Shawn Kemp having a lot of fun as he continues to muscle his way with a lot of productivity around the hoop.
Oh, terrific job by Shawn Kemp to hold his position against a lot of resistance this time from Michael Smith, but once the ball was swung up top, Smith's tough defense all of a sudden became poor defense, and Kemp able to hold that position.
Shawn now with 25 points on the night. He's 2 rebounds away from yet another double-double. Started out hitting 4 jumpers against Portland the other night, and then the power game came inside.
And also in that Seattle game, when things weren't going well from offensively, he just put his head down and just went into traffic. Another long jumper by Shawn Kemp.
Shawn Kemp just filling it up from deep. You just said it all. Cavaliers, not too many problems beating the Sacramento Kings tonight. The final at 112-96, 6 in double figures, paced by our special guest, Cavaliers rain man Shawn Kemp. Shawn, extraordinary night. You know, since that first half in Seattle, you've been playing premium basketball, the explosive, solid basketball that you made your reputation on in this league. Any one thing maybe, or is it a combination of things that allowed you to turn things back around?
I think, you know, at that point in the season, you kind of push yourself. I didn't want to go into the All-Star break, you know, kind of playing mediocre. I've been trying to push myself to get in better shape and to be a little bit more aggressive and to make some shots. You know, I went for about 2 weeks there where I was probably shooting the ball like, you know, probably 30%, you know, 25%, and that's not normal for me. So start getting some extra shots up, and I think patience also. I think I've been, you know, more patient in the last 2 weeks than what I've been all season long.
Shawn, you had the spectacular performance the other night against Portland, and then you look like a different person. You look like a different player out on the floor. Same thing tonight. For whatever reason, your body language, the confidence. How much of that is getting the Seattle thing behind you?
A lot. I tell you, a lot. Because, you know, after the trade is made, you still in the back of your mind, you still think about it, and you hear so much about it. But until you go there and you play the games and you get it over, you can finally say, hey, that's over with. Now I can I can push myself up. Maybe I can take myself to a different level. I don't have to worry about going there to prove anything to anybody. I can just relax and just be myself. That's what I'm trying to be.
Besides having to play so well, so much is expected of you in the leadership department. But right now, it looks like you have all of these young players right where you want them right now. They seem to have the respect, and they seem to be listening to you.
I think so. I think, you know, the one thing with the rookies is that they want to get better. You know, sometimes in the NBA you have rookies come in and they want to be good, but they don't know how to be good. These guys, they listen, and they come to practice, and they work hard, and I think you see in the game where they challenge themselves to play better and better against some of the older guys and the veterans, and to me that means a lot. If they can go out and put that type of effort out, then I can be patient with them and try to explain some things that I know, and hopefully it'll help them out in the future.
Shawn, you saw these Eastern ball clubs just a couple of times a year in your stay in Seattle, but now have you noticed as of yet the Atlantas, the Miamis, the Knicks, Charlotte, Chicago, ball clubs that maybe is the game a little bit more physical, and is there a little bit less space sometimes for you to operate down low?
For sure. There's definitely more physical and there's definitely less space. And like I said, the thing I've been learning all season that I'm going to have to be more patient, that I'm going to have to pick my spots when to be explosive. And, you know, you really have to be a smart player. I guess as they say, when you get older, you have to become a complete player. And that comes from being patient and becomes from, you know, using your smarts and not your athletic ability.
Well, you've been absolutely magnificent the last couple of 3 nights, again, starting from halftime on in Seattle. And keep it up, man, because this young group, as Matt was saying, it's kind of like looking upon you as a Pied Piper, you know, and following you to the promised land.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why I try to bring it to the game early, and that way maybe they can feed off me. You know, you can't play that well for 4 quarters, but I think if you can bring it to the game early, then I think that gives a young guy confidence, makes him feel like, hey, somebody's out there playing. Maybe I go out there and play a little harder myself.
Thanks for stopping by and chatting with us, man.
Thanks a lot.
Good job tonight. Shawn Kemp, the Rain Man, with another extraordinary performance tonight as the Cavaliers. Shawn's in a hurry this evening, too. You know, got places to go and things to see and people to